Hi guys, I'm Mike and welcome to Translating Love. This is part 3 of our story journey through the book of John chapter 9, where we're looking at the story of a blind man that was brought to Jesus. Let me bring you up to speed. You see, in John chapter 9, the disciples bring a blind man to Jesus, and they ask this question: whose sin is it that he was born this way? His sin or his parents' sin? And Jesus corrects the paradigm right away and he says, no, it was none of their sin. It was so that the power of God could be made known through their life. Well, then he sits there and he does something very strange and unique. He puts a paste made of clay and spit on this man's eyes and he tells him to go wash in this pool. Well, let's pick up the story there, because when the man went and did what Jesus asked him to do, he received his sight. In fact, this miracle was so outrageous, it was such an eye-opener, not just to this blind man, but to all those around, that it started this big commotion in the city. And so they started to bring this man in front of the rulers of that day. These were Pharisees and Sadducees back in this time. And they started to question the man. How did you get healed? Who healed you? What was going on here? Well, this man had gained perspective. He had gained an insight into who Jesus was. But at first he didn't know specifically who Jesus was. And so he said, hey, this man came, he put mud on my eyes and he told me to wash and I'm seeing again. And they said, well, who do you say that this man is? And then this man's first response was that he was a prophet. And this made the people erupt in outrage. Does that sound a little bit like today? Today in our culture, we erupt in outrage at the smallest thing. We're divided into camps, this side versus that side. We segregate ourselves because we can't handle the other side anymore, the opposition, all these different viewpoints. In fact, it's getting pretty sad. If you watch the news or anything, it's like never before in history. And these Pharisees couldn't accept what this man had said, and so they went to his parents and they said, oh, what about your son here? And they said, well, we don't want to get involved in this. Ask him again for yourselves. And so they went back to the blind man and they demanded, who are you saying that this guy Jesus is? And this man said, what do I know of these things? All I know is that I was blind and now I see. You see, in this world of in this world today, in this culture of hate and outrage and all these things, if we preach against this culture, all it's going to do is fall on deaf ears and make people think that we're judging them. Our response should be the same as that blind man. What do we know about such things? Let's simply give the testimony of what God has done in our lives. Let's show the love of God that He's shown to us, to other people. And I believe if we can do this, we'll actually be the change in the culture that we want to see. I hope you found this perspective shift encouraging today. May you be the change, and may you give testimony to the fact that you were blind once, but now you see the love of God specifically for you in a new and mighty way. May you be blessed. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and share it with someone if you think it might help them. Thank you so much. Lord bless you. Goodbye.